So I'm gonna be talking about ways you can start your online business and what you actually need to start your online business. This is dead. So I'm not gonna use this. Dead. Let's wait for some persons to get on here. Don't mind my clip here in my head. It's very hot, so that's the reason why I'm using that. So we're gonna be talking about starting an online business, what you need to start an online business. So come on in, guys. Come on in. Tap the screen. Don't forget to tap the screen. You can also, if it's a case that this live is informative for you, you can go ahead to send me gummies to complete my goal here. So let's wait until a few more person join in so we can start talking about how you can start your online business from scratch. I do have an ebook that I place on my website and how you can start an online business. Let's see. I placed it on the website, but yeah, you can go ahead to look at the website for it. Let me see. Trying to locate it because I know I have it here. Okay. So the ebook that I wrote this from like in 2021. Starting an online business from start to finish, right? So you will be able to get that ebook. And what this covers, the ebook will cover the basic principle of in starting your business as well as scaling your business. Guys, let me just wait for a few more persons to join. I'm not seeing a lot of person joining, but I'm gonna go ahead to start talking, and then whoever join after I start talking, I hope that I'll do it another time. So again, what this ebook consists of is the basic principle of starting your business as well as scaling your business. Okay, so for section 1, because we have different sections, as you can see. Section 1 include branding, brand identity, brand voice, targeting your audience. That's section 1. So let's go through section 1 first. All right, I wrote this back in 2021, but I'm sure it's the same thing that goes for it. Whether we're in 2023, maybe some stuff is advanced, but I think it's the same, guys. So let's go. Branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of your company, product, and service in the customer's mind. Again, what is branding? And how do you go about branding your company? So branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of your company in consumers' mind. So what do they say? What do consumers say when you're not in the room about your brand, about your company? That's what branding is, right? By combining such elements such as your logo, your design, your mission statement, and consistency of the theme throughout all of your marketing communication. This is where branding starts. So again, let me just go over that briefly. Branding is a combination of your logo, your design, your mission statement, and just marketing communication throughout all your marketing techniques. So for example, your brand should have a brand voice, a brand statement, and a theme that coincides with everything that you put out, you know, for that brand. Your business brand is not just your logo, brand name, and a catchy tagline. So your business brand is not just a logo, the brand name, or a slogan line. Your business brand consists of more than just that. It shows, it's how people perceive you. And again, I had spoke about this. It's how people perceive you and talk about you. Your brand is what people say when you're not in the room. Remember I said that? Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what do people say about Kush Edge when I'm not in the room? That's what branding is. So it's not just a logo, a brand theme, or slogans, okay? Or a catchy phrase. It's more than that. So again, yeah, it's the impression that is left on people by your company. Your brand is the impression that concludes everything. It's the impression that is left on people by your company. That's what a brand is, right? That's branding. Now let's get into brand identity. Brand identity consists of the visible element of your brand, such as your color, your design, your logo, anything that differentiates your company from others. That's what your brand identity is. Anything that differentiates your company from other company. For example, what comes to mind when you see this symbol? What comes to mind when you see that symbol? Target. Whenever you see a circle with a dot, Target comes to mind. So right there and then, people identify your brand with your brand identity. You know, what color you use, what style you use, what font you use, what color scheme you use for your brand. What persons identify your brand by? That is your brand identity. Okay, so again, if you guess what this was, it is Target. So we Target, correct? You're right. This is what brand identity does. It helps customers easily recognize and remember your brand product. People will always associate your brand with what they see. So if you're creating a brand, ensure that your brand voice, your brand identity, and your brand tone set a platform, because people will always identify your brand with what they see. Most persons are visual learners, you know. Key individual. Key, this is key. Individual who resonate your brand become customer due to your brand's strong identity and how consistent your brand is. These people will be returning customers because of the consistency and clarity that surrounds your brand identity. Let's go again. These people will be returning customers because of the consistency and clarity that surrounds your brand's identity. One of the benefits of being consistent is great branding. One of the benefits of being consistent with great branding is people will recommend your brand to others based on the level of consistency and clarity of your brand's identity. So when Tom got Target, and they see say Target have nice stuff, Target fulfill their brand promise. You know what they're going to do? They're going to tell another person that, hey, go to Target, because Target is known for their brand promise, their brand identity, and their brand voice. So consumers is always going to be referring your brand to other persons, and that's how you grow your target audience. That's how you will grow your niche, because one person refers. You always hear they say that, you know, word of mouth is better than anything else. It's the best form of marketing. when someone tells someone about your brand. Okay, so that's brand. That is brand identity. Let's move on. Brand voice. So we went into branding, brand identity, and now we're into brand voice. So brand voice is when you set a tone that detects or direct to your target audience. It can have a style as long as it feels true to your brand values and persona. Let's read that again. The brand voice is when you set a tone that is directed to your target audience. It can have any style as long as it feels true to your brand values. So don't go up and get up Target slogans for a brand that sells something that is totally different from what Target is carrying. Your brand tone should resonate with your brand identity and your branding throughout. Stay consistent, because if that's why you should create that brand from scratch. Do not use someone else's slogan or something, because it will not fit in. It will not resonate with your brand. Okay? What would your brand say, and how would they say it? This include product description, website, and taglines. Considering your brand a personality, how would your brand sound if it was a person? So that's what your brand voice is. How would your brand sound if it was a person? Let's start out with Kush Edge. Kush Edge is trendy, timeless pieces. It says I'm in my soft girl area. It says that I'm a working mom, but I like to have fun on the weekends. That's what my brand voice say. So your brand voice should say something like that. What does your brand voice say? Or what kind of tone does your brand set? If your brand was a person, how would it speak to consumer? So that's what a brand voice is. Okay? And again, this ebook is available on my website. I wrote it and everything. So and I wrote this in 2021. We're going into targeting your audience. We're still in section 1. Targeting your audience. Your target audience refers to the specific group of customer most likely to want your product or service. That's what your target audience is. The persons or the individuals who resonate with that brand. So now you've created a brand awareness, and these persons are interested in this brand. So you know that these are persons that you can target, so that they can go to call of action. So again, your target audience refers to the specific group of customers most likely to want your product or service, whether you're selling a physical product or you're selling a service. Those are your target audience, right? And therefore, the group of people who should see your ad campaign target audience may be dedicated by age or gender or income or location or interest. Your target audience can be a certain age group. There could be a certain race. There could be a certain individual. It doesn't have to always be age. And do not limit your target audience. Don't say that my target audience is between 12 and 24. Because you may be selling a swimsuit and you said that these are my target audience, ages 12 to 24. But you have a 30-year-old individual who likes those type of swimsuit. So do not limit your target audience to a certain age group. Just say that my target audience is the type of individual who likes two-piece. They like two-piece bikini. They like sweatshirts with crew neck. But when you limit it to an age group, that causes your target audience to be fixed in. And if I see an ad that says that target audience between 12 and 24. I'm 29. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not going to resonate with that ad. I'm not going to think it's for me. So do not have an age group set that this is my target audience. It should be flexible. Okay? Instead, label your target audience with a personality. And that goes again back to brand voice. You know? Okay, so let's continue. It is very important to niche down your target audience by doing this. It helps you focus on quality of what the audience needs and want. And the pain points. What are pain points? What are pain points? Pain as in pain points. What are pain points? Pain points are issues. There's always going to be an issue for you to solve. That's how marketing goes. You have to find what is wrong and how you can solve it. For example, I'm selling these tank tops. Persons like plus size or heavy boosted persons, they cannot find a tank top that holds their breasts together without it shift, like going all crazy. Now these tank tops solve that problem. They can wear these tank tops and don't have to be worrying about things pulling up or riding down. That's the solution. I found the pain and I found the solution for the pain. Okay, so I found the pain and I gave in an oxycodone. Basically, that's what pain points are. What is the problem and what is the solution that your brand is creating for that pain? Okay, so that completes section 1. Let's go into section 2. Guys, share the live for anyone that is looking to start their business, wants to start their business, already have a business and need to know stuff about starting your business. What are the key ingredients to having that business be successful? So share this live. Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. Thank you. Okay. Section 2 consists of sourcing apparel, meeting manufacturer, and purchasing wholesale. Again, if you missed section 1, it consists of branding, brand identity, brand voice, and targeting your audience. And next, section 2 is sourcing apparel, meeting manufacturer, and purchasing wholesale. Let's go. So whenever you're sourcing a manufacturer, what is it that you do first? When you know what your product is, you know what you want, you know that this is something that my consumers want, how do you go about sourcing that product? You got 2 friends that you're neglecting. Google and YouTube. Again, you got 2 friends that you're neglecting. Whenever you're doing product research, what about you, Mason? Google is your best friend for product research. Niche whatever you're looking for down to the smallest. And YouTube, don't like YouTube is good when you're doing product research. Most of my direct source that I go on, the platforms that I go on in order to find manufacturers and wholesalers came from YouTube. Believe that. I promise you, I have been sourcing and dealing, interacting and communicating, shipping with you sell. Okay. So ensure that you use these. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, tap the screen to show me some love if it's the case that this information that I'm giving is informative to you. So again, let's go into sourcing. How do you source product for your business? Whether it's a boutique, it's an online store, how do you go ahead to source product? Google. When I'm sourcing product, back in 2018, 17, when I started sourcing for manufacturers, you know what I go? I say, Google, how do I find this? How do I find a sharpener that has 2 handles and 3 toes? You type every single thing in Google that you want, and then you get your book, you get your pen, or you get your tablet. If it's a case that you have tablet, you get your tablet, you go in notes. You go in notes and you write down every single thing. Write down the stuff that you want to source first, then you write down what you have discovered thus far. Then you go ahead to communicate with those manufacturers. And these are certain things that you should ask manufacturers whenever you're purchasing from them. Where are you located? Ensure that they're not child laborers, like working, like they do not hire like kids working for them, paying them lower than anything else. You will not know every manufacturer, and if it's a case, especially if they're in Guangzhou, you won't know if it's a case that they have kids working for them. But I always try my best to ask these questions, right? What is the product? You ask for samples. You ask for MOQ, minimum order quantity. You ask what is the MOQ, and if it's a case that you can get samples. Do not mass produce anything from any manufacturers. I don't care who you hear them from, unless it's a case that these person have proof of them receiving the goods from the manufacturer and everything. Show you a layout before giving you that blueprint, right? Ensure that you get those details. But if it's a case that you're buying something from a manufacturer and you're new to this business, ensure that you ask to purchase samples. Samples should be free, and the manufacturer will allow you to pay for shipping, but the samples itself are normally free. So if it's a case that they're charging you like a high price, you ask them, but I thought samples was free. And if it's a case that I'm gonna mass produce, I need to know what the item looks like, what it feels like, so that you do quality check, so you don't have to do quality control, basically. Okay, so ensure that you communicate with manufacturers. And if it's a case that these manufacturers are in China, please note that urgency is not something that they know. They don't know what urgency is, you know. They don't know what time is of essence is. So bear in mind, go with an open mind, especially if you're communicating with someone that has language barrier. Go with an open mind and research the questions that you're going to be asking these manufacturers. Ask them how much, if it's a case that you are in the US and you want to ship this item, ensure that you ask these manufacturers, how much is it to ship by sea? What is the freight, right? What is the cost to ship by sea, and what is the cost to ship by air? Ensure that you get these details from the manufacturers, right? If you're in LA or if you're in the US, there's also a fashion district in LA, guys. If you're purchasing items or you want to purchase item in the US, there's a fashion district in the US. Yesterday I spoke about what you need to purchase from the fashion district. I'll go over it briefly again when I'm finished this. But there's a fashion district here that you can purchase from manufacturers. You do need a seller's permit to purchase items here. So ensure that you get a seller's permit whenever you're gonna purchase items here. Let's see what's next on it. Meeting manufacturers. If it's a case that you're gonna go ahead to meet manufacturers, planning a face-to-face meeting with a potential manufacturer is an essential step to realizing the creation of your brand or product. Not only does this give you the opportunity to see the facility and equipment available to produce your goods, but it also lets you know if you are capable or comfortable with the manufacturer themselves in terms of their work ethic and personality. However, while finding a manufacturer that will fit your style and needs, it is a vital early step in the growth of your brand. So doing this is really good for your brand. It's also something that you should go into without a little planning. It's also something that you shouldn't go into without a little planning. So ensure that you plan. Things to consider. These are things to consider. Things to consider before meeting with the manufacturer that will go a long way in making the progress easier and faster for both parties. What do you expect? What do you expect from the manufacturer? As material manufacturer, we have met with dozens of small and mid-sized designer intent to starting a business or their brand. Among all of these people, the most successful relationship I've started with ones who have known what they are looking for. This is what a manufacturer is saying for in manufacturing. Whether it be turnaround speed from order or completion, quality in goods manufactured, or business model, history, reputation, location, flexibility, and stuff like that. It is important to research the manufacturer before taking time from both your schedule to meet face to face. So what I read from that is what I wrote. But ensure that you do not waste the manufacturer's time along with your time, right? Ensure that you do not waste the manufacturer's time and your time. Ensure that you know the type of product that you want, the quality that you want before going into this. Ensure that you know what you want, know what you want before you go into meeting these manufacturers face to face, so that you do not waste their time and you do not waste your time, right? So now that we have spoke about brand voice, branding, brand identity, brand voice, and target audience, you know what it is that your brand should have. Now it's a case that your brand has all of these stuff. Why is it going in and out? These are things that I think that one should have for advertising. Ensure that you create a Facebook page for your business. Ensure that you create a Facebook group. Whether you want to make it private, exclusively just for members in that group, but ensure that you create a Facebook group. And what you're going to need to create a Facebook business page is your seller's permit or any documents that relates to your brand. That's all you need to create a Facebook page. And this is how a Facebook page is going to help you. Not only will you have a space to do brand awareness, but you'll also have a space to create pixel so that you can do retargeting whenever it's time that you start creating ads for your business. Create a Facebook page and an Instagram page. It doesn't have to be an Instagram business page. You can start out with a normal Instagram page and then switch over to Instagram business page. I do not recommend that you use your personal page for the business page. Even if it's a case that you advertise the item on your personal page, ensure that you have a business page so that you can target those audience over to your Instagram business page or Instagram professional page. I hope that that's clear for you. So if it's a case that you have a huge following on your personal page, let these followers know that, hey, I just started my business. Hashtag, here's my business page. Link your business page in the bio so that they can go over and follow that page. Because the persons that are on your personal page may not contribute to the algorithm for your business page. Because on my Instagram personal page, I have family members, I have my grandma, I have all those people. They're not going to be contributing to my business page. And this may sound harsh, but it's just the truth. They're not going to be contributing to my business page. So therefore, my business page is separate from my personal page. Will I be able to divert audience over to my business page? Yes. But it should be two separate pages. All right? Hope you can understand this. And next place that you can go ahead to do advertisement is here on TikTok. So make a TikTok page too. And another thing, ensure that you have an email address that is solely for that business. Do not use your personal email address, and do not say, oh, Kimmy123 at girl behavior type of email. That's not professional. Ensure that you're using a professional email for that business. All the business information and the business detail is going to go to that professional page. Manufacturers don't want to be sending something to Kimmy25 at girl. Remember, brand voice, brand identity. Everything should be consistent throughout all platforms. And that's what we spoke about. So now that you've gone ahead to create your business, your Instagram business, your Facebook business, and TikTok, what else are you going to do? You're going to start creating brand awareness. Even before you launch that business, inform your audience, inform the person that you're trying to become your audience, the persons that you're targeting. Inform them that this business is coming soon. If it's a case that you have image for the items that you're going to be selling, let them know. You never know. Some persons, they may want to go ahead to pre-order your items. So let them know. Okay? Okay, so now that we've gone ahead to do all of that, let's go into how can we get inventory. It's 7 o'clock. I think I'm going to finish at 7:30. I'm going to get some water. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I wasn't gone for long, but I'm back. I'm back. So let's talk about how to get inventories. Let me stretch a little bit. Now, you have already gone to create your business, you have a business logo, you have everything. How do you go about purchasing inventory? Hello? Yeah? I live on TikTok and in my area. I'm gonna get to find out you gum something. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, me I tell them about the business. Like where them can go. What? Kaya call. Alright. Alright then. Later. Anyways. So let's talk about how you get inventories. Like how can you purchase inventories? If it's a case that you're in America, you have the fashion district. The fashion district is located in Los Angeles. Yes, the fashion district. There's still persons that do not know about the fashion district. Right? I'm gonna go ahead to tell you the address for one of the plaza in the fashion district that you can go ahead to visit. It's called San Pedro Plaza. See if I can find the photo. I think it's San Pedro Market. San Pedro Wholesale Mart. Okay, there it is. That's San Pedro Wholesale Mart, and you can go ahead to find that in downtown Los Angeles. The address is, one second, let me get the direct address here. It is 1100 San Pedro Street, Los Angeles, California. That's 1100 San Pedro Street, Los Angeles, California. 1100 San Pedro Street, Los Angeles, California, and it's known as the San Pedro Wholesale Mart. And that's where it has over 200 wholesale just in this mart alone. Just in this mart alone, it has over 200 wholesales. So even if you go to the fashion district and you only discover this area, it's a lot. And from this area going onwards, there are more wholesale. But what I do recommend is set the amount of time that you're going, set a budget, and have a brief idea of what you're going for. You don't have to be niche down, because you'll see a lot of stuff when you go to the fashion district. But have an idea what you're going to look for, what you need when going to the fashion district. These are stuff that you need whenever you're visiting the fashion district. You need your sailor's permit. You need a proof of identification. You need comfortable clothing. It's not the walkway. It's not the runway. Dress comfortable. When I go to the fashion district, if it's hot, I'll wear something like less, no sleeves. But if I'm going on a regular day, I'm wearing something like this. If I could wear my pajama, I would. Then I would wear like a biker shorts or something. Comfortable sneakers with socks. That's my outfit. My hair is pinned up. I'm not trying to look for looking hot or looking good. I'm going for business. And you'll see, whenever you see me in the fashion district, you'll see business. You're not going to see hot and trendy trying to, book somebody. No, I'm going for business. I'm going to be carrying bags. I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be tired. I'm not looking to look good. Period. I brush my teeth, make sure my mouth smells good. Shower. Put on your deodorant because you're going to be sweating. Or bring a deodorant in the car, because I do that. Ensure that you have comfortable clothing. Ensure that you have coin or your card for the meter. It doesn't use paper money. So ensure you have coin or card for the meter, the parking meter. Ensure that you set timers. You set alarms to go back to the meter. Because if you don't, you're going to be cited for like 2 minutes being over. And citation starts from anywhere from $63 up. Okay? So those are stuff that you need to know. Basic stuff you need to know just going into the fashion district. Okay? What else? So, card, ID, sailor's permit, coins for the meter, cash. Ensure you take cash. If it's a case that you're not taking lunch, take cash, because most of the street vendors, they use cash. They do not use card. And you maybe want to buy a Coke, a little treat, some apples, some fruits, because you're so tired from walking and you're all done, you're ready to go back home, and you want to buy a little soda. Ensure that you take cash. Even for some of the if you want to buy something on the street, you use cash. For inside the store, they'll use card and stuff like that, but ensure that you have a little cash on you too. All right? Okay, guys, I think that's all. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.